Hello again, everybody, and on behalf of the All-Star Football Officials Association Training Committee, I'd like to welcome you to I believe it's our fourth video for the 2020 season. Finally got some good news from GHSA. Guys are going back, practice and stuff like that, so hopefully we'll get the season kicked off on time. It's the first week of June making this video, so about 2 months, a little more than 2 months away from seeing some action on the field. And hopefully, like I said, everything stays on schedule, stays on time. We can have a full, uninterrupted season. But for now, this video especially, we want to talk about, again, penalty enforcement. That's going to be the main focus on these videos. In this one in particular, we want to talk about a couple things. The main kind of theme of this will be the all but one principle. And again, we want to make sure we really understand it. You'll get a little bit from this video, but again, go into the rules, look in Rule 10 if you really want to get a breakdown. Also, the ratings guide, I believe it's chapter 11 in the ratings guide. They got a good breakdown. There's tons of examples, case book, ratings book, online. So don't just rely on this video to get all your information, because you'll be upset if you try and do that. But again, the all but one principle, again, what it breaks down to is basically everything's put into all live ball fouls. Anyway, you got live ball, dead ball, but all live ball fouls are put into two categories: either a loose ball play or a running play. So it's important to remember that if you do have a foul that you want to break, get in a routine and break it down to its simplest form. Was that a loose ball play, or did the foul occur during a loose ball play, or did it occur during a running play? And within that, loose ball plays seems pretty self-explanatory, but those include obviously free kicks, scrimmage kicks, a legal forward pass, backwards pass, so like option style, anything backwards, quarterback flipping to a back, which you'll see today, or something like that, a fumble behind the line of scrimmage, or an illegal kick also behind the line of scrimmage or behind the neutral zone. And again, all this has to happen before a change of possession. So just a regular scrimmage down on a snap is kind of what we're talking about here. Running play, on the other hand, is everything that's not a loose ball play, to put it very simple. So it can include all or part of a loose ball play. Basically, any action that occurs after the ball becomes loose beyond the neutral zone. Very important to remember that, beyond the neutral zone, because of fumble, backwards pass, illegal kick, illegal forward pass, stuff like that. And obviously, the running play ends when player possession is regained. So let's say a guy runs 10 yards down the field, he fumbles. We get a beanbag down, he fumbles, it goes another 5 yards, and he picks it back up and takes off with it again. Again, I shouldn't say loose ball, the fumble after the end of the first run, all that was a part of that first run and play. So you need to keep that in mind if we have a penalty during that. So we'll know where the basic spot is, and I'm about to talk about basic spots here in just 1 second. But just keep that in mind. Again, in order to be part of the run and play, again, it has to be beyond the neutral zone. The basic spot in this case can be several places. It's either the previous spot, the end of the run, or the post scrimmage kick spot. Obviously, the previous spot is going to serve as a basic spot for fouls that occur during loose ball play. The end of the run is going to serve as a basic spot for any foul that occurs during that, say, related run, which I just kind of mentioned as a fumble. And then the PSK spot is a basic spot for plays that have post scrimmage kick enforcement. We won't get too much into PSK this time, but it is good to know if you're ever looking at it. Just again, the crazy things happen during kicks for the most part, so it's good to know that. All right, so we get back to the basic principle of all but one and how to enforce it. So simply put, if the foul is by the team not in possession, so the foul is by B, the penalty is enforced from the basic spot. Okay, when the foul is by the team in possession, so A has the ball, A keeps the ball, A fouls. the penalty is enforced from the basic spot. All right, so that should make sense again. So where the all but one really comes in is when the foul is by the team in possession, so foul is by A, and occurs behind the basic spot, then the penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul. So that's pretty simple. Guy runs 10 yards down the field, fumbles, A gets back on it, or heck, he's just tackle, whatever it is. Obviously, that foul or that flag for that foul is behind the basic spot. So that's where the all but one comes in. We're going to enforce from the spot of the foul. So this training video, I only have 2 plays to look at. So I won't waste any more time. We'll go ahead and get into them and see what we got. Okay, on this play right here, basically what's going to happen is the offense is going to throw a pass, they're going to fumble, you're going to have a foul for a hold, the defense is going to get on it. So obviously the defense will decline the foul for the hold and recover the ball. But because this is such a, 1, it's a good video, and 2, it's a good play to talk about hypothetically, especially if the offense had jumped on it. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot going on, so we can talk about it. But I'll go ahead and let it play out and kind of talk through what we got. So we got a pass right there. Pass going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to fumble right there. What is that? 39. He's going to fumble right there at 39. Somewhere up here, you either have a hold here or there's a hold earlier. Something anyway. You're going to see a flag come in. Yeah, you saw a flag come in for that. Ball's getting kicked around, and at this point, defense recovers, and that penalty gets declined, and nothing really mattered. But let's talk about what would have happened if this guy recovers, or if the offense have got back on the ball, you know, right around here a little bit, right after they fumble the ball. So we'll back it up and we'll talk again. Think about, it's obviously live ball, but think about loose ball play, run and play, basic spot, all that kind of stuff. So we'll go through and break it down. So here we've got pass over here. We've got a catch. We've got, I'm going to say a run, but I don't necessarily mean that. So we've got the runner running with the ball, but we've got a fumble right here. Where's that? The 39. I don't like that at the bottom. All right, so the 39. So you see right here, that's where he went to where the fumble, he's backing out, trying to save himself. That's perfect. But we've got a fumble right here at the 39-ish, and they snapped at the, what is that? 37? Anyway, so it's about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So again, that happened. So let's talk about what we got. Do we have a loose ball play or do we have a running play? Now, I know the easiest thing to say is we had a loose ball play, but it ended when he caught the ball and started to run, and when he fumbled, that ended, well, it didn't end the running play, but that would be the basic spot. So you've still got a running play going on during the fumble. But keep in mind that if you have a fumble by the offense behind the line of scrimmage, behind the neutral zone, that is all still part of that loose ball play. So he may or may not have put a beanbag down here. I'm getting behind the line of scrimmage. So if he did, good. If not, it's not gonna hurt him in this instance, believe it or not. And I'll kind of talk about why. So because again, I just said that we've got a fumble by the offense behind the line of scrimmage, that's still part of a loose ball play. And if we have this foul that occurred during that loose ball play, right, this is all still part of a loose ball play. So if we've got a foul that's occurring during a loose ball play, then our basic spot will be the previous spot. Hope this makes sense to you. If not, you can get in the rule book. If you really want to check it out, you can look at, what is it, rule 10, 10-3, 10-4, all that kind of stuff. So check that out. But the basic spot in this case is going to be the previous spot. So even though you may have a beanbag, y'all need to come back here and say, all right, I've got a beanbag here, which again, if you put one down, it's perfect. Come back, I got a beanbag here. That was, you know, you look and say, all right, that was 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it's part of a loose ball play still, so it's previous spot. Again, let's go into hypotheticals. Let's say he runs up here, he fumbles at the 45, we need a beanbag, and all this happens. So then you had a run play because he got past the neutral zone. So when he fumbled, you want the beanbag down at the 45, and then if you would have a foul that occurred during a run play, if that makes sense. Again, it's all timing with the flag and everything else. But you need a beanbag down, and the foul occurred during the run play, you would go from the end of the run. But in this case, it happened during a loose ball play. Right? It happened during a loose ball play. The flag's here, which is ahead of the previous spot. So to enforce this, let's say A gets on it. Doesn't matter whether they get on it way back here, they get on it up here, or they run it for a touchdown. We're going to enforce this foul from the previous spot because of where the flag is. So we don't have to worry about all but one. So we'd have a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, and we would replay the down. Again, hopefully that makes sense. You got to back it up and watch it again. That's fine. Get in the rule book, check it out. Hopefully you got a Reddings guy. They've got some good examples in there too. But don't just assume because we had a guy that was running with the ball behind the line of scrimmage that we have a run play. That was not a run play. That was a loose ball play still. So the basic spot would be the previous spot. Okay, this play here, and let me go ahead and apologize for the quality. But it's a good play to look at. It's going to get kind of funny. Let me just go ahead and give you, just lay out kind of what you'll see so you know what to look for. Just after the snap, you're going to have a foul over here on the offense. It's either a hold or a block below the waist or something. So you can see they're snapping the ball about I guess this is a 41 or so. It's right about the 41 they're snapping the ball. You can see the quarterback roll out here. He's going to get not completely wrapped up. He's going to get stuffed a little bit. Going to get knocked back a little, but they're going to let that go, and you'll see him toss the ball out here to either receiver or back or something. Anyway, it's going to end up being a backwards pass. It's debatable whether it's forward or back, but it looks backwards. That guy's going to run around for a little bit, and he's going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So we'll let this play out so you see it. Kind of walk you through it here. You'll see you got something going over here. Anyway, we get a flag come in. He gets stuffed. Backwards pass. Guy's going to get tackled. They're going to put him down somewhere around here. So either way, wherever they end up spotting him, he's going to be down behind the previous spot, behind the line of scrimmage. So as you're the referee over here coming in, obviously we're killing the clock, doing all the mechanic stuff we need to do. Well, let's just talk about the penalty enforcement itself. If we're coming in, we need to figure out a couple things. So we need to determine first, for this particular foul, where's the basic spot? In this instance, where's the basic spot? So we had, well, let's back that up a little bit. What kind of play do we have, and where's the basic spot? So we put it all together. So the foul, let's see if you can see the flag on the ground here. The foul itself, all right, so you see the flag it's about a yard ahead of the line of scrimmage. And again, everybody's coming in here trying to communicate. But in this case, we have a foul during a loose ball play, right? Because if that foul occurred during the action before that backwards pass, that's a foul during a loose ball play. So the basic spot in this instance will be the previous spot. And that's going to be very important here, and it gives the defensive team some options. So if the basic spot is a previous spot, and the flag itself is up here ahead of the previous spot, that means if we're going to enforce this penalty, we're going to enforce it from the previous spot and not the end of the run. Some of you may ask, well, why not the end of the run? Again, that's what we just went through. Because of when the foul occurred and the type of play you had, the basic spot in this case is the previous spot. So in this instance, If we're going to, if it's a hold, we'll go. First of all, we're going to ask the coach. So you're going to have to come in here and do a little math. And again, as you saw, that was a third down play. So that coach may want to take, just take the result of the play and have fourth and whatever, whatever it ends up being, but decline the penalty and have fourth down. Or he may want to replay the down, take the penalty and replay the down, and that's fine too. But again, you need to know where you're going to enforce it from before you go ask the coach these options. So in this case, you're going to have either 10 or 15, whatever that foul was, from the previous spot. And again, not from the end of the run. So I know the old adage, it's not necessarily true, is penalize them what hurts them the most. But in this case, if we penalize from the end of the run, we're definitely going to hurt them the most, but we'll be enforcing it incorrectly by the rule. So again, you break it down real simple. You had a foul during a loose ball play. The basic spot is the previous spot. So that's where we would enforce the foul from if that's what they choose to do. That's it for this training video. Again, thank you for watching, taking the time, putting the work in, trying to get better. If you don't believe anything you just heard from me, that's fine. Check out the Reading book, check out the case book, rule book, whatever it is. Get in there. That's the biggest thing we want you to do. We're getting close to the season, so start thinking about football. Get out there and get yourself back in the mindset. That way, when August does roll around, we're way ahead of the game and we're ready to go. Again, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.